So the fake Chainsaw Man has a new ability we haven't seen, or have we? Because it parallels an ability similar to one of my favorite mommies in the verse of Chainsaw Man. But now, the fake Chainsaw Man can merge with the Pseudo-Chainsaw Men. What an interesting ability. And what did it mimic when I read it? Well, lo and behold, Mama Santa Claus. You guys know I love Chef Mommy, but Mommy Santa Claus was who I worshipped like one of those perfect dolls. Fun fact, I may himself be a perfect doll. But jokes aside, what do I really mean? Well, we saw in the International Assassins arc, whether it was Denji, whether it was Quan Chi, whenever Santa Claus was cut into pieces, limb by limb, it would just regenerate, and it would grab many of the civilians that were turned into dolls in that arc and merge with Santa Claus. And we especially saw this after the contract that she made with the Darkness Devil, where now her powers were enhanced and now it looked like a more grotesque figure. I'm seeing something very similar here, where the fake Chainsaw Man made a contract with the Fire Devil, acting like it's the Justice Devil, and as a result, can the fake Chainsaw Man just effortlessly merge with the Pseudo-Chainsaw Men because they all basically relinquish themselves for this grander purpose, right? And what's the grander purpose? Well, I just want to be Chainsaw Man, right? I believe in the justice of Chainsaw Man. Let me turn into Chainsaw Man. And what happened to 300,000 people in the Chainsaw Man church? They became Pseudo-Chainsaw Men. Now, what is the interesting question we may ask ourselves here is, well, can any Pseudo-Chainsaw Men just merge and become one big blob, and they can keep on piecing themselves together to become one big Mighty Morphin Power Ranger? Or is this an ability only given to the fake Chainsaw Man? But the parallels are something I question between the fake Chainsaw Man and Santa Claus, because, you know, before Cosmos did her Mangekyo Sharingan on Santa Claus and her mind was basically gone, she did say when she was in Cosmos' realm that even if you defeat my main body, my mind is in the collective consciousness of all these perfect dolls. So I can't help but wonder, is that the same thing with the fake Chainsaw Man? So have we been looking at the fake Chainsaw Man wrong this entire time? Like, the fake Chainsaw Man isn't just a devil who made a contract with the Fire Devil. The fake Chainsaw Man isn't just one single individual who is a hardcore fanatic and had more of a resolve to become the fake Chainsaw Man as opposed to a pseudo Chainsaw Man, but as a matter of fact, just the collective consciousness of everyone who adored and loved Chainsaw Man. And now the amalgamation of the fake Chainsaw Man is a combination of 20 minds, 30 minds, 10 minds, so on and so forth. Did you get what I'm saying? But could it be something else? And believe it or not, I'm just going to give credit to where I read this in the Viz comment sections. You guys are going to want to check this out. This person actually ends up saying here, I feel like this chapter is more or less revealing that the fake Chainsaw Man is actually the Fire Devil, with them being able to control the Chainsaw civilians. Such a cool revelation. Not only was the Chainsaw Man church lying about making contracts with the Justice Devil and is actually being Fire Devil, but Fire was actively masquerading as Justice and playing the part. Now, what an excellent comment that got me thinking about a lot of things, because we've been bamboozled already once with Fami being the Death Devil, and we've seen the fake Chainsaw Man sprinkled in the Falling Devil arc after the death of Yuko, and that's the first time we saw the fake Chainsaw Man. And way back in chapter 98, the first chapter of Chainsaw Man Part 2, when Asa turned into the War Devil, and then we saw the War Devil defeat the school president. Remember how the school president looked like? She, like, when she turned into this grotesque thing, which looks similar to what the fake Chainsaw Man is doing here with these pseudo Chainsaw Men, it looked like this blob and these mini heads popping out. And it got me wondering, well, if this was the beginning of people making contracts with the Justice Devil, which was actually the Fire Devil, and we know at the end of the Chainsaw Man church arc, Barham told us that 300,000 people made contracts to increase the strength of the Fire Devil. Going back to this comment, I wonder, yeah, is the fake Chainsaw Man the Fire Devil? Now, the only thing that would be questionable as I say that is, well, why did the fake Chainsaw Man help out Denji and Asa during the Falling Devil arc if Fami, who was actually Death, had to have known something with the Fire Devil, and we know the Fire Devil is subservient to Death, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense there. But if we take that out of the equation, to know that Death was here the entire time, and and fire was here masquerading as the fake Chainsaw Man the entire time, that would be pretty cool. I could still see some kind of an explanation there. Case in point, I really like this ability of the fake Chainsaw Man because now it's going to be harder to defeat. And similar, man, I love these parallels with the International Assassins arc. We do see the fake Chainsaw Man throwing the morality into Denji, right? Well, Denji only saves females, but what about your fans? You got to save your fans, right? Because Denji felt guilty killing those dolls in the International Assassins arc, and it wasn't until Quan Chi told Denji, you know, sometimes ignorance is bliss. I know you want to do the good thing, and right now doing the good thing in front of you seems like a very difficult thing. For the overall greater good, unfortunately, these pseudo-chainsaw men are just unfortunate casualties, must be taken care of for you to ultimately save mankind. So I wonder if Denji's gonna have this epiphany where he can recall what happened in the International Assassins arc, or better yet, Quan Chi arrives out of nowhere next chapter saying, hey, remember the advice I told you? Ignorance is bliss, my guy. Go ahead and do it. So who knows? And you know, maybe I'm coping too with Kishibe because, well, it's only been 202 chapters since Kishibe, right guys? Right? Now, the other big thing we can talk about, not really a big thing, is that Yoru and Denji, you know, Yoru looked at Denji like, yo, are you gonna attack me, my guy? And they, you know, Fujimoto shows the panel where like Denji is like positioning himself to face Yoru. And I think Denji definitely would have done it if Yoru didn't throw that unexpected bang towards the fake Chainsaw Man, with even the fake Chainsaw Man questioning, hey, were you guys having a disagreement this entire time? And Denji's like, hell no, she's just that batshit crazy. But where is Chef Mommy and where is Famine? Because it looked like from what happened in chapter 201 that they were somewhere near the area, or maybe the people that were falling down were just a result of the gravitational shifts tilting just, you know, in a large section of Tokyo. So who really knows if the Falling Devil and Famine is nearby the battle of the fake Chainsaw Man with Denji and Yoru. But a short chapter, nonetheless, a good chapter. This is the beginning of Chainsaw Man versus fake Chainsaw Man. Let me know your guys' thoughts about the collective hive mind, and could the fake Chainsaw Man be the Fire Devil? Who the hell knows? We'll talk about this and so much more in the live stream, which you can go ahead and click right over here. Take care. Oh man, did you guys see that Grand Theft Auto trailer that dropped? You know, I'm not even a big Grand Theft Auto fan. Never played any of them. I know, they're really beloved. I'm playing Expedition 33. I'm about 3-4 hours in right now. Good game. Why are you still watching this? Go watch the live stream. Take care.